Pêl-droed byw rwan o rownd 8 olaf Cwpan Cymru, y Bala yn erbyn mynydd y Flint, ac mae sylwebedd Saesneg ar gael ar y botwm coch. English language commentary is available during the match. If you're watching on Sky Plus, Freeview or Virgin Media, use the red button. Or if you have a TiVo or Sky Q box, go to settings and use the audio selection option. Any problems? Then do contact our viewers hotline.
Dechreuodd y daith yng Nghwpan Cymru yn ôl y mis Gorffennaf. Ni wedi cael pob math o gemau a goliau ar pob math o geiau. Mae 250 o glybiau wedi mynd amdani a ni lawr i'r 8 ola. Un o'r mwyaf yw'r Bala. A maen nhw'n cwrdd ar clwb lleia sydd ar ôl yn y cwpan. Mynydd y Flint o'r drydedd hain. Clwb sy'n llawn uchelgais, llawn hyder ac yn llawn chwaraewyr profiadol. Ond cwpan pwy fydd yn llawn pnawn ma. Croeso ato ni y Bala cyn enillwyr y cwpan yn yr onderfynol tymor diwetha yn erbyn mynydd y Flint yn yr 8 ola am y tro cynta erioed. Tipyn o leoliad, tipyn o benwthnos, tipyn o gwmni da fi hefyd. Siôn Moredydd, gynt o Aberystwyth a Cherfyrddin. Prawn da, Siôn. Croeso ato ni. Reit, beth am hon? Mynydd y Flint. Maen nhw o'r drydedd hain, ond mae yna ond fan hyn, achos maen nhw chreuwyr sydd wedi codi'r cwpan, sydd wedi chwarae'n uwch gyngor Cymru, ond yr un o brif sgorwyr yn hanes y Bala fan hyn hefyd. Sut mae hynny'n newid pethau?
Wel, ti bron at y cwestiwn iddo fi, fy'n onest, achos mae fe'n newid pethau. Y ffaith bod ati chreuwyr fel Rob Hughes, Hayes, sydd dros o 100 o goliau yn uwch gyngor Cymru, chwaraewyr fel ti'n gweud sydd wedi codi'r cwpan, ond beth sy'n bwysig i fi, y chwaraewyr o amgylch nhw, y ffaith bod nhw falle yn mynd i gorfod codi gêm nhw pnawn yma mwyn cael canlyniad erbyn tîm da yn erbyn y Bala sydd ond wedi colli tair gwaith gatre y tymor yma.
Ie, ni mewn sefyllfa, allan ni weld y prif glybiau yn uwch gyngor Cymru yn y 4 ola. Allan ni hawdd ddigwydd. Y seintiau newydd, fel maen nhw drwodd, dyma ddigwyddodd nithwr yn gyntaf, Siôn. Ond nhw yn Llansawel, bron 1,300 yn gwylio, ac o'n nhw'n gweld hyn yn ddigwydd ar ddechrau yr ail hanner. Tom Walters yn sgorio i Llansawel.
Ie, braf gweld torf, fel ti'n gweud, dros 1,000 o bobl yn cefnogi'r tîm catre a'r dechreuad perffaith iddyn nhw. Ti'n meddwl, oce, ai hon yw'r sioc y rownd, ond y seintiau newydd yn dangos safon sydd gyda nhw fewn y garfan, falle yn gallu rhoi bach o hoi ambell i chwaraewyr, yn wedi gyda'r y gemau sydd â nhw yn dod lan. Felly, fi'n siŵr bod nhw wedi newid un i ddoi o'r chwaraewyr, ond yn dod nôl a dangos y safon sydd gyda nhw.
Cwpl o'r gole'n edrych yn debyg hefyd. Ni wedi gweld Clark yn sgorio, McManus, Brobl yn cael honna, McManus yn cael hon hefyd. Just Llansawel, yn amlwg maen nhw dan bwysau, yn cael trafferth clirio. Ie,
ond pintyn erbyn tîm o'r safon sydd gyda'r seintiau newydd, y chwaraewyr sydd gyda nhw yn y garfan. Fe welon ni nhw'n chwarae erbyn Falkirk yn y rownd gynderfennol y cwpan yr Alban. Nhw'n chwarae erbyn tîm arbennig o dda. Felly maen nhw ar lefel gwahanol yn uwch gyngor Cymru yn sicr yn erbyn tîm o'r rhain isa.
Ie, a maen nhw'n mynd am y quadruple. Maen nhw dal yno. Mae'n siŵr gen i digon amser i drafod hynny yn yr wythnosau nesaf. Dewch i ni glywed nesaf gan reolwr mynydd y Flint. Tipyn o her iddyn nhw, maen nhw'n barod amdani. Siôn a David, i fod yn siarad gyda Aidan Shannon.
Aidan, a great occasion for Flint Mountain today, and ultimately you guys have got nothing to lose. How are you going to approach this one today?
Yeah, as you said, it's a great achievement just to be involved in the Welsh Cup at this part of the season. So, but we're not just here to take part, we've come here to try and get something out of the game. We've prepared well in the week and hopefully we can cause an upset if you like. So we'll take the game to them.
I've got to say, you've got some great experience in your team. Mike Hayes is the big name that comes to mind. You've got players that have won this cup in the past. How vital is it going to be that you tap into that experience against Bala?
Yes, obviously we've picked Mike Hayes' brains all week because he played here for a large number of years, in 6 years, so we've picked into his brains. But we've got some excellent experience in the side. John Danby brings a lot of experience, played at a higher level. But obviously the young lads, it's up to themselves to what an experience for the young lads to come on today in front of the cameras. And as we said, it's a massive achievement for Flint Mountain to be here today. So.
This is such a special cup competition. I know as a player you played in a semi-final yourself. Just how much would it mean to a club like Flint Mountain to get through to the next round?
Oh, absolutely massive. You know, myself personally, as you said, I played in the semi-finals, and it was disappointing not to go that one further as a player. But we, as you said, we've got nothing to lose. But you know, it's 11v11 at the end of the day. It's cup football. My lads will give it everything, and it will be such a huge achievement if we can get to the semi-final. But you know, we're going to enjoy the day, whatever happens, and hopefully we can cause an upset. So.
Well, Aidan, look, best of luck, pob luck.
Thank you very much.
Aidan Shannon fyna. Mae'n gan gan y progs, the broad majestic Shannon. Bydd e majestic ysgeithio rhywbeth fan hyn pnawn ma. Mae dan i sefyllfa, allan ni weld y 4 uchan uwch gyda'r Cymru yn cyrraedd y 4 ola. Seintiau newydd, Cei Conna, Met Caerdydd hefyd y Bala fan hyn. Yw hwnna'n drieni i glybiau eraill, neu just reality yw e?
Wel, gen i weld beth sy'n digwydd pnawn ma'n sicr. Mae'r seintiau newydd yn y het ar gyfer y row nesaf, a fi'n siŵr, fel ti'n gweud, falle, os ni'n cael y sefyllfa lle mae'r 3 arall yn ymuno nhw, fydde ddim un o'r rheini eisiau cael y seintiau newydd, mae'n sicr.
Mynydd y Flint yn gobeithio stopio hynny wrth gwrs, a bwclen erbyn Cei Conna, gawn ni weld beth ddigwyddith Met yn erbyn Bai Colwyn. Goliau Mynydd y Flint yn y rownd ddiwetha, felly ni'n gweld Mike Hayes yn taro, bydd e'n amlwg yn bwysig, 10 gwyr oedd y gym. Gym a ynghau y seintiau newydd gyda llawr ag ond bod chi'n drysu, ond Mike Hayes yn amlwg yn bwysig, Sean.
Aidan Shannon yn siarad fyna yn gweud bod nhw falle yn pigo mewn i ymenydd ei weld lle allan nhw cael y gorau allan o'r gêm heddi, ond yn sicr Mike Hayes, fel o'n i sôn, dros 100 o golau yn uwchgyr yn Cymru, bach o legend fan hyn yn y Bala, wrth gwrs wedi sgorio dros 40 o golau. Mae fe yn sicr yn mynd i fod yn un o'r chwaraewyr sy'n mynd i fod yn bwysig i Mynydd y Flint.
A ti'n be, pam nath e adel, oedd e'n teimlo bod ddim wedi cael cyfle. Oedd ar y fainc yn aml y Colin Caton, felly pwynt i'w brofi hefyd. Mae'n gyfuniad peryglus weithiau.
Ydy, ond dyna beth sy'n digwydd fel chwaraewr, ti'n dod yn hun, falle ti'n gwario fwy o amser ar y fainc na hoffet ti, a mae pethau'n mynd ar chwal, a mae hwnna jyst yn reality o bêl-drod, a pobl yn dod tuag at diwedd i gyrfan o'n uwchgyr yn Cymru.
Na ni, fel dyna ni bron yna ar ran y gig gyntaf. Amser i ni gael gwyl gêm gynnar i chi fan hyn ar S4C pnawn ma, bethri gynnar, am bach o fwyd ar faes tegid yn dywi y gig gyntaf. Pam ddewn ni nôl wedi'r egwyl. Dwi eisiau bwyd nawr. Croeso nôl ato ni, pêl-droed byw i chi. Amser cinio, rownd wythol y Cwpan Cymru, Seintiau drwodd yn barod. Dyma'r ail gêm felly, 2 gêm i ddod yn hwyrach. Bwcle Ceicona, Met Caerdydd yn erbyn Bai Colwyn. Pwy fydd yn y 4 ola? Wel, gen i'r ateb. Pnawn ma, gewch chi sylwebeth fan hyn. Mae yna sylwebeth yn Saesneg hefyd. Dyma nhw'n Saesneg. Mark Jones gyda Chris Venables sydd wedi ennill y cwpan yma gyda'r Bala, a dyma'r tîm sylwebu yn Gymraeg i chi. Chi'n nabod nhw. Sôn ddoe am fuddsoddiad swmpus yn y gyngrair uwch gyngor Cymru JD. 6 miliwn o bunnoedd, dim gwirionedd i'r Sybrydion, bod y cyfan yn mynd i sylwebu'r sgorio.
Good afternoon and welcome to Moise Tegid in Bala, where the Cymru Premier Lakesiders host Flint Mountain from the Ardell North West League in the quarter-finals of the JD Welsh Cup. Flint are the lowest ranked team left in the competition and play in Tier 3 of the domestic system, so we have a real David versus Goliath tale as they line up against the 2017 winners. The trophy which has been played since 1877. Chris Venables is an ex-winner with Bala. Good afternoon, Chris. Welcome as our guest this afternoon.
Afternoon, Jonah. Thank you.
Interesting game on our hands here. It's the 3rd tier versus Welsh Premier, Cymru Premier team. Would you go along with the David and Goliath tag?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a couple of leagues between the two sides. And we'll be looking forward to seeing what plays out today.
The referee will be coming on in a minute, Chris, and there will be a minute's silence for one of the Bala officials of many years, an ex-players and committee member, Bry Robs. There will be a minute's applause, ex-sportsman, 100-metre sprinter in his youth, played for Bala youth team, who won the 1961 Cup. Bry Robs also was a senior, played for the senior team in 67, 68, and won the Wrexham League. He managed Bala's youth team, and obviously with his family also on the pitch, was a massively respected member of Bala. Here are our teams for today. Bala with a strong start in 11, Flint with a couple of Premier League experience. Bala strong. It's a strong 11, Chris, for to take the field in this cup match.
Yeah, absolutely. Colin has clearly put out a team which he thinks is going to win the game, obviously, but he isn't taking Flint Mountain lightly at all.
The formations there, he's going with a 4-2-3-1 with you with wide men, Neumass, and pushing up as a left winger instead of a left back is interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got bags of quality going forward, so I can see why that would happen.
And there's the Flint team. Up top, there's a couple of players there we're very familiar with, Rob Hughes and Mike Hayes. Hayes, of course, scored many a goal alongside you for Bala.
Yeah, played with Mike for a few seasons. We know what threats that he poses, so he'll be pivotal today for Flint.
There's Iron Edwards, still playing. It's a couple of years between you two.
Yeah, I think he is just a little bit younger than me, but yeah, no, he's in great shape and plenty left with him yet. So. And
there is one of the charismatic characters of the Cymru Premier over the last decade, Rob Hughes.
Yeah, another colourful character, shall we say. And we know what Rob's all about. He's got bags of quality as well, so it'll be interesting to see what impact he can have on the game today.
He's bound to have a couple of his long conversations with the referee. Bala in their white shirts, Flint Mountain in their Manchester City kits, and I'm sure they could hope to put a Pep Guardiola performance in this afternoon. No bright sunshine, as I think we're par for the course this weather for this year so far, Chris.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to have ended, does it? It seems to be raining for months now on end, so it'll be nice when we do get a bit better.
Richard Wright, the referee. Kellen Absalom starting goals. I think you've played it. Was Kellen at Penabont when you went to Penabont, or had he moved by then?
I think we swapped over. He joined Bala as I joined Penabont.
Early chance come across and taken by John Danby in goals for Flint Mountain. His experience will be key this afternoon. He won the cup with Connors Key Nomads. John Danby.
Yeah, another really experienced player, and again, much like Mike Hayes and Rob Hughes, his experience will come in. Will be pivotal today if Flint Mountain are going to get a result.
The 3 at the back with wing backs for Flint. It's 4 at the back for Bala. And I'm sure Colin Caton will try to put this game to bed as soon as possible.
Yeah, it's a potential banana skin, isn't it? With it being a cup game, and I said he'll know the dangers that Flint Mountain possess, so it will be a case of trying to get things wrapped up as early as possible, I'd imagine, for Colin.
Yeah. Always, Chris, there's plenty of pressure on you as a player or as a manager when you are the massive favourite against the underdog. Any hiccups as an outfield player yourself against underdogs?
Plenty, Jonah. Plenty over the years. It's your mentality going into each game is different, and when you're the underdog, you have a different mentality to when you're the favourite, don't you? So it's it's a challenge in itself getting up for the game sometimes, and today will be no different. It'll be a real challenge for the Bala lads just to make sure that they approach it right.
Colin Caton, I'm sure he remembers that day when a Kieran Smith header won his team the cup at Bangor.
Yeah, that's
great day. Great day.
Yeah, fantastic day. He'll be desperate to try and relive it.
Absalom fires it forward. Just a push in the back by Lloyd Elams. Gives the free kick to Bala. Kieran Smith again playing centre half today. Aaron Edwards gets it wide. Solomon Davis inside. Edwards. Abadaki offside call, but he's onside. Luke Wall playing in midfield today. Headed clear. We've just got to stem the tide for the first few minutes. Hughes. Smith. First foul. Oh, yeah, definitely a foul. One left in there by Joe Holt. We were warned before the start that he is the muscle man in midfield for Flint Mountain. He just leaves one in on Kieran Smith.
Yeah, just a fraction late there, wasn't he? But he'll be obviously keen and eager to stamp his authority, as you said, in the middle of the pitch today.
Interesting to see one of the better headers of the ball in the Bala team taking a free kick. Excellent in the air, Edwards.
Yeah, he's made a career out of arriving in the box and attacking the ball, so yeah, it is a bit surprising, but he has got great quality, Jonah, as well for putting the ball in the box.
Free kick for a push, it must have been. Richard Wright, the referee, finding it. It's just a touch in the back door. Newell goes down. Aaron Hassel got his team the free kick. John Danby. In the pre-match interview, Aidan Shannon said, we want to have a go. We're not coming to stand off this afternoon. So I love that attitude. You know, you can stand off and hopefully survive and nick a 1-0, but if you do get beaten in the last minute, then Chris, you feel like you haven't had a go.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a difficult balance, isn't it, with it being a cup game? You've got to go out there and win the game, but at the same time he'll be looking to stay in it as well as long as he can, so it is a fine balance.
Solomon Davis knocks it out for the throw-in. on the front foot. The long throw. Captain looks like he's trotting up to take the long throw. Ian Hewitt and the big men have gone up from the back. Brooks is up. Hewitt, pretty decent as well, goes all the way, just past the far post. The flick was won, I think it was by Mike Hayes, you know. It was a great long throw, he got the flick, and that's only a yard or two past the far post.
Yeah, no, that's a good early chance, great early chance in fact. Set pieces will be a big part for Flint Mountain today in terms of taking their chances. If they can do that, it'll be a big area for them to exploit. So.
Absalom again. Fires it long. Davis, Solomon Davis. Luke Wall, he will play either side. He'll go left or go right. Great ball in. What a ball out of chance! Arson! What a goal. Brilliant goal. Wall got wide. Arrowed across into the far post. Naeem Arson comes off the other wing and slots it past Danby. The favourites are 1-0 ahead through Naeem Arson.
Yeah, that's a superb ball from Luke Wall there, cutting back on his left foot. He'll look to do that all game, and he's put the ball in a great area there. Naeem's finished it off lovely.
Tactically, Chris, they've decided to play Wall in midfield and not wide, so he can go either side, and he arrows the crossing. Great finish, great finish. Naeem Arson puts the Lakesiders 1-0 ahead. And if it was a hill to climb for Flint Mountain, it is the actual mountain, being 1-0 down now as early as 7 minutes, Chris.
Yeah, like we said just previously, Jonah, it'll change the complexion of the game now, and probably the game plan for Flint Mountain. And they'll have to come out now and react to the early goal.
You know what, Chris? You can have all the tactic boards in the world. You get that ball wide, somebody takes a good first touch, rattles in a wonderful cross. There's always a chance of somebody being on the end of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And as I said, Luke's got great quality on his left foot crossing. As he cuts back, he's just put the ball in an area which is so difficult to defend. And as I said, Naeem's had the easy job then of finishing it off.
Tough start for Flint, but plenty of time left. And they've battled their way through 5 or 6 rounds already this season. They've beat Kinmel Bay. They've beat Hollywell. They've beat Canton. They've beat South Gower, so they've battled their way through 5 rounds already. Next 5 to 10 minutes is absolutely key. Keenan Smith, still playing at centre-back. Nathan Peat still injured. Davis. Goes forward, Hayes. Edwards, early goal, give him some confidence. Newell with a knock. Davis. If it's going to go forward, Chris, it's got to be... I know Mike Hayes chases balls well, but he's up there by himself. It's got to be into his feet, I think.
Yeah, I think, worst case, he's got to be given a chance to compete for it. Ideally, as you say, into feet. Mike likes running in behind. He's got pace to burn, so he can get in behind defences, but it'll be a long afternoon if the quality into him isn't right.
The long throw again. Ian Hewitt's going forward. Ex-Airbus. He'll fire the long throw in. Again, interesting to see nobody in front of the defender then. Hewitt stands one right up. No challenge, just goes right through to Kelland Absalom. Kelland Absalom having a good season in goals. The least goals apart from TNS conceded this year, Bala.
Yeah, they've been defensively very strong this year. I think he's third on the list for clean sheets as well. So, having a great first season with Bala.
confidence again, Chris. I know goalkeepers, you know, swapping positions is when you usually have teams who have great seasons. That's number one, the most important position on the park. If he's a regular and he's playing well, how important is the keeper to the team? It's got to be right up there.
Yeah, huge to have stability at the back, and like you say, having that consistent number one is a big plus point.
They must have knew you were commentating then, Chris. They nearly found you in the air. Davis knocks it forward. Edwards. Smith back to Absalom. And he does kick the ball really, almost like Aaron Ramsey, who played here alongside you for a few seasons. Really does strike the ball well.
Yeah, he does. It can cause massive problems for defences. You know, he's almost like having another centre or third centre half on the pitch. He can reach players from all areas, so it's it can be really difficult to defend.
I was lucky enough last night, Chris, to be at Britain Ferry in their game against TNS. Great to see a 1,300 crowd at Britain Ferry.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone embracing the spirit of the Welsh Cup, Jonah, which is always nice to see.
Key tackle there again by Joe Holt in midfield. They're trying to play their way out. Hewitt goes long. That's that ball in behind again for Hayes. He's just straight into an offside position there.
Yeah, that's the sort of ball that Mike Hayes will be looking to take advantage of. You know, waiting on the final shoulder of the defender. We've seen him time and time again score goals like that, so that'll be what he's waiting for today.
Welsh Cup, any cup. When you're a manager, Chris, being there myself, all week you're training. Okay, you've got one of the favourites for the cup. You've got to train all week. Don't give nothing away in the first 20 minutes. Don't give nothing away in the first 25 minutes. And you go down within 5 minutes, shall we say.
Yeah, it's certainly not the start they'll have wanted, is it? But you know, it provides that challenge for them now, and as I said previously, they've got to come out now and really take the game to Bala wherever they can.
Aaron Simpson rolls George Newell to the ground there on the edge of the area, and Arson, having scored one, will maybe looking to make this a brace. Do you think he'll have a go from here?
He may well do. Just looking at the bodies in the box, he may take a shot.
Arson decides to go for Newell. He gets the flick. It was a great ball in again. Newell might be disappointed with that when he sees the replay tonight. It's a great ball in from Arson. Caton looks disappointed in the dugout. Great ball again.
Yeah, good delivery. Perhaps just a shade high for George. You'd fancy him if you know, if it's an inch or two lower. You think maybe it's possibly 2-0 then to Bala, but no, great ball in again.
Surprised to see nobody in the wall then as well. Just tucked away. It's good defensive work. Definitely there by Jack Scones. Scones trying to pick out Mike Hayes. Smith. Hayes will be just patrolled all afternoon by the two centre-backs from Bala. Smith and Harrison will know all about Hayes, and they will play one marker and one just dropping off 5 yards all afternoon, especially now they got the goal start.
Yeah, absolutely. As you've said previously, they know the threat that he possesses to run in behind, so he'll be well marshalled today now.
Absalom gets it forward to Iron Edwards. It's more like get your feet on it. Scones. He's got to look after it when he's going down the left-hand side. Just try and retain the ball in these important first minutes. Simpson. Great intervention. Scones to the back post. And Smart chesting it back there. Nathan Burke. He's got him behind his marker this time. He's there by himself. There's no one else alongside him. Rob Hughes is waiting in the middle, gets his team a corner. Again, in fear of mentioning it again, but that's all about Mike Hayes. Does not give nothing up at all.
No, that's a prime example there of what he can do when he does get in behind. Unfortunately, on that occasion, there wasn't much support. As you said, Rob Hughes backing him up, but you know, that's what Mike Hayes is his bread and butter, really.
And key moments now. Hughes got to be a good delivery. Underneath the bar, he's looking forward. He'll swing it in left foot. It's a decent ball, headed away on the edge of the post by Smith. Goes back out to Hughes. Wonderful feat from Hughes. You'll remember that one at the end of the game. Don't worry. Great ball across as well. Has to be accepted then. Where are the goal poachers? And that's brilliant play from Rob Hughes. Left his full-back for dead and put a brilliant ball in. That's the Rob Hughes of old, by the way. And that's a bit unlucky as well. The diag's gone in. That's more enterprising from Flint Mountain.
Yeah, great feat here. Just goes past 9 way too easily, to be honest. But you know, he's got that in his locker, Rob Hughes. Just a shame there wasn't anyone following up, as you say, and it cleared away in the end by Ross White. So
you know, it actually goes between Hayes' legs, by the way, Chris. That's a massive chance.
Yeah, big chance, as Aidan Shannon knows that one. But no, it's positive signs for Flint Mountain that, you know, that there's going to be opportunities in the game. So you know, if they can take one, then obviously they're back in the match, which is what they'll be desperate to do now.
If there was anybody going to show a bit of magic in the first 45, Chris, you would have had your money all day long on Rob Hughes.
Yeah, absolutely. He has got that quality that he can just do something which can change a game. So
Marston likely to hear about that later on.
It could be mentioned. It could be mentioned later or at half-time. Yeah, potentially. He's perhaps gone in, dived in a little bit too easily there.
I think if he had his phone in a pocket, no, he'd have texted him by now.
Yeah, more than probably. Yeah, he did go past him a little bit too easily there, in fairness. But as I said, Naeem's got a bit more of a forward role again today, so perhaps won't be caught in that position too many times. But yeah, he may be spoken to about that one after.
Edwards there buys a free kick. They've just got to stay in the game now, the underdogs. 17 minutes on the clock. Bala 1, Flint Mountain 0. And to be fair to them, since the goal, they've given as good as they got.
Yeah, no, they've started relatively well. I mean, they'll be disappointed with the goal. One bit of quality, which is all it takes, especially when you're playing against a team of Bala's level. But that aside, they've competed well, and they're looking like a threat.
Burke wins a 50-50 against Hughes. It's surprising to see they won't be fighting a long throw-in again there. They decided to go short instead. Lloyd Elam's on the ball, just playing a little bit too straight there. Wall, Davis, good tracking back by Sconce. There's a possession stat. There you are, 52% possession. Christopher Flint Mountain, amazing.
Yeah, that's surprising. That is surprising, especially away from home. Obviously, at a Cymru Premier team, you don't expect to see stats like that, Jonah.
Not
really
at all. Chris, if I had Tommy Morgan alongside me now, he'd say, stop looking at the stats, look at the scoreline. Basically, he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
Especially in the cup.
Well, exactly, in cup football especially, yeah, you're right.
Abadaki got a smart cross across the box then, Danby. Danby fires it long. Decent header. Arson. Joe Holt gets forward. Hughes on the edge of the box. Yet again, they're getting into this game, Flint Mountain. For the third tier team, they put on a superb performance so far, the goal apart. And to be fair to Aidan Shannon's comments at the beginning, he said, we're going to have a go, and that looks like what they're doing.
Yeah, they've certainly started the game that way.
Great tackle. might be an unfashionable one, but he got the ball. Sconce getting forward. Hayes. Sconce, can he get a shot off? Gets the shot off with his right foot. Not the greatest shot this time, but again, enterprise in play.
Yeah, more encouraging signs. You know, they're starting to get a bit of a handle in the game now and starting to play football in Bala's half, which is exactly what they'll be looking to do.
Absalom, again, wonderful kick. Strong tackle. Important he got the ball before the man then, but he did. Smith, free kick given. Rob Hughes gets the free kick. Hughes lashes it from behind the referee. I think the referee's made the right decision. There's a little bit going on. It's like a boxing ref at the moment in between Hughes and Edwards then. Just played the free kick directly at the player to get another free kick, whatever.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite come off the way he wanted, is it? I think he was hoping to get it retaken and whatnot, but and then a bit of fisticuffs just shortly after.
Sconce. Sconce again on the ball. He's seen a lot of the ball in the first 21 minutes. And then with that extra man, I think, in midfield, they're just starting to get rewards. Sconce, free kick definitely again. Well, in the first 20 minutes, the young left-back looks a decent prospect, Chris.
Yeah, he does. He's covering a lot of ground and getting himself into some good positions. Obviously, Kieran Smith just got a little bit too tight there and giving away a free kick. But no, there's promising signs, and it just feels like Flint Mountain are just growing into this game now.
Right. I tell you what, if they could get an early equaliser, we got a bit of a cup match on our hands here. Hughes' distance, I think, is just a little bit too much. Can't see him catching me out here and putting this in from 35, can you?
Be a great free kick if he did.
Hughes. Not a bad effort, just a yard over the top. I think goalkeeper was comfortable with it, though.
Yeah, he struck the ball well, didn't he? But never really causing too much trouble for Absalom in goal there. But
and it's the 22nd minute. He's having his 20th conversation with the referee. What a character, and a smile on his face now. Absalom again. Hughes gets it well. Right, ball's in. There's two in the middle, three defenders there again. Oh, Kieran Smith. Kieran Smith is transition to centre back since Nathan Peate's injury, Chris. I think it's gone quite well, you know.
Yeah, he's one of those players that can play in any position, to be fair to him, Kieran, and you know, he's got that bit of pace. He's got good reading of the game, you know, to get himself out of trouble if he needs to, and you know, he's performing well there, so it looks like he'll be staying there until Nathan's return, I'd imagine.
From Caton's point of view, Colin Caton's point of view, and you know, your point of view with all your experience, great tackle. You get to these games sometimes, and if somebody like Sconce, the left back, puts in a performance like this for 90 minutes, it almost becomes a scouting expedition as well. You know, you pick up players in these sort of games, can't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, players have the opportunity to showcase themselves, don't they, on a stage like this. You know, it'll be probably the first time that the players from the Flint Mountain side perhaps have played on television, different things like that. It's just an opportunity for them, and you know, why not pick up a player from a lower league and bring them on? It's happened many times, isn't it? So
Hassan. Oh, he gets him behind his tug back. It'll be interesting if the referee produces the angles there to produce a yellow. Hassan wants a different colour. I hope it is yellow. It's yellow. Red may have spoiled the game then. I think the angle has just cost him. Hassan's got his hand on his head and definitely wanted a red.
That will be an interesting one to watch back, that, Jonah. It looked like he was clean through to me, but perhaps the replay will suggest otherwise.
Well, you're the VAR, mate. What are you saying?
Yeah, it's difficult to see from that initial replay, to be fair, who was around it, if there was anyone around on the cover. Perhaps see better from this angle.
He's left-footed. Maybe the centre-half just coming across has just saved him.
Yeah, possibly Simpson there.
Only just, Chris.
Yeah, that was touch and go, to be honest.
Edwards, the free kick. That's his second of the afternoon. That could be a key point in this first period. As a manager, Chris, now, or again, as I'm pointing out as an experienced player, the most experienced player in the Cymru Premier history, by the way. Congratulations. We have did it before from myself and from everyone that's got it. We're breaking the record this season. Well done.
Thank you. Cheers.
But from that point of view, Aidan Shannon, you take him 1-0 now at half-time?
I think so, yeah. I think he'll want to get in at half-time and get the lads back together. And although they're in a good period here as we speak, I think 1-0 he'll take after conceding so early.
Great ball across Davis. Chance. Oh, almost exactly the same. Arson arriving again late from the left wing. This time gets it just wrong and goes over the top, but it's a great late run and a superb ball in from Solomon Davis.
Yeah, Nine will be disappointed here that it's not 2 goals for him so far this afternoon. It has landed on his right foot rather than his favoured left, but you'd perhaps expect him at least to hit the target there. Yeah, he'll be disappointed with that.
I think Shannon may just be having a word with the right wing back. Rougher. That's the second time that have happened. You just have to defend almost with 3 eyes, Chris. One watching the ball, one watching your player, and then one behind. It's so important. That man getting in behind you.
Yeah, it is. Obviously, the first goal was not a warning. It was obviously too late by the time he'd been left to run in, but to see him doing it again,
and that almost a carbon copy.
Yeah, that'll be, I'm sure, a talking point and something which Aidan will be looking to rectify for the second half.
I can remember you playing alongside Aidan Shannon at Welsh Pool, Chris. Pretty decent character. He was again loved getting goals.
Yeah, he was the original sort of fox in the box, as you say, yeah. Jonah, to be fair. A good goal scorer. And as you say, as a character, yeah, very big character, great to have in the dressing room, always good fun. And you can see where, he's got great qualities to be a manager.
There we go again. That is a big decision. For me, the ref is just about right. It wasn't a certain goal ahead of him. I think that when they send them off, yellow card, yeah. Maybe that might have been the new blue card, hey? 10 minutes in bin?
Yeah, potentially. I think, as you say, watching that, the replay from that angle, I think, to be fair, the ref has probably got it right with the yellow card.
Danby. What's your thoughts on the blue card, Chris?
Yeah, I'm not convinced by it, Jonah. No, I'm not convinced by it. I'm not sure it'll work for me personally, but
no, never in a million years. But it'll come in. Don't worry. Once they mention it, they always bring it in the end, don't they?
Oh yeah, there is that.
I think the big man up front there, Newell, leads definitely with his arm in there. Yeah, he just may be lucky not to get a yellow.
Yeah, I think he's obviously eyes on the player there, wasn't he?
I
don't think there was any aggression as such, but he knew what he was doing, George, there.
And by the way, that is not Chris Venables going against the centre-forward Union. Chance. Abadaki's in front of goal. Didn't take it first time. May have cost him. Surprised to see him setting up there from 6 yards out. He's just got a great ball. He's just got to arrow that across the goalkeeper for me.
Yeah, whether there was a spot of hesitancy there, I don't know. Danby's done well just to stand up really and to block the shot, but yeah, you can see Naeem arriving at the back post as well, who'd have wanted that put across perhaps.
Wall to take the corner. Far post, Chance, oh, it falls, bounces twice, and it's hooked away. It's 1-on-1 there. That's the time when you wanted a centre forward up front instead of Rob Hughes. Arson, can you keep that in? No, it's out of play. So Danby will be happy with the way he cleared that. Ross White, I think, gets a header, and it's Newell or the defender on the back. Key that he got that ball as well. Arson, most prominent player, most probably so far for Bala.
Yeah, he's looking their most likely threat to add another, isn't he?
Larson. White clips it in. Newell. It's a good knockdown. Nobody playing alongside him, by the way, there. Almost a half hour flown by at Maes Tegid. Goal after 6 minutes for Bala. And many Cymru Premier followers might have expected floodgates to open with it conceding a goal as early as that, but shall we give the third tier team a bit of credit and say they competed really well. Next 15, very important. Great shot, it's blocked by Wall. Offside flag will go against Arson.
Yeah, I think big credit to Flint Mountain, Jonah. Really, you know, to concede early like that can really rock your team, and they've you know, put on a good showing since then. To be fair, and been well in the game, haven't they?
Club Rugby, Cardiff versus Connacht. No Six Nations this weekend, but rugby fans can look forward to a feast of club rugby. In the United Rugby Championship, Cardiff welcome Connacht to the Arms Park at 5 o'clock. And the Dragons visit Glasgow, face the Warriors at 7:30. Rugby fan, Chris?
Yeah, I am. Didn't play a lot of rugby as a child, but it's in the family now, so I have to say I am a fan, and I do enjoy watching it, Jonah. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Well, say not surprised. I don't suppose I'd be a very good player.
I'm sure you get a try or two along the way.
Maybe some conversions, but yeah. No, I do enjoy my rugby these days.
Good luck to Gatland as well with all his youngsters. You know, or Chance. His long balls are starting to catch teams out. Danby lucky enough there to be off his line quickly. Otherwise, they were in then from Absalom. We mentioned kicking.
Yeah, he's always a threat there, isn't he? And as the game goes on, when defenders start to get tired, it remains a threat, you know, until the end of the game. The Bala can get in via that route.
Hewitt hooks it forward into midfield. Burke. Nymarson. If you're wearing boots as bright as that, you've got to be a good player, and he's having a good afternoon. That has to be a push in the back. He hasn't given it, and if that goes in, it's over the top. Surely that's a push in the back. That's what the question's been asked now. And Mike Hayes is running 80 yards to ask him why he haven't given it. I think you'll see the replay, Chris. I'll let you VAR this one. Off you go.
Yeah, it's a very subtle nudge, isn't there? It's one of those where if you're the defending team, you want your free kick, and if you're the attacking team, you probably think it's okay. Tight call, but I think the ref has got it right. It was just a nudge in the back, wasn't it?
Half a chance to make it 2-0 there for Abadaki. In 2018-19, they won the quadruple. Flint Mountain, North East Wales Cup and League. And believe it or not, 17 different scorers this season, so you're not minding that as a manager. Goals from everywhere.
Yeah, that's never a bad thing, is it?
Bala, on the other hand, have suffered in that this season. In the days, did you get 25 one year for Bala, or are you pushing up to 30?
I think probably 25 in all competitions, perhaps. I think 24 was my most in terms of league for Bala. But yeah, they have struggled this season for goal scorers.
George Newell, top scorer, was 6 after 23 league games.
Yeah,
sometimes it's really, is that better defences or familiarity of playing each other all the time?
Yeah, it's a hard one to call, isn't it? I mean, it is about taking your chances. I think he's got 10 in all competitions, George. Yeah. So you know, I've wanted to have scored more goals, but again, like you say, defence is tight to Bala at the moment, and you know, they're getting results because of that. So
it's just getting a bit meaty in midfield there. Decent. Hayes. They're given. How long does Rob Hughes go without the referee giving him a yellow present?
Yeah, I think Flint Mountain are feeling just a little bit aggrieved at the moment. I think there's 2 or 3 decisions in a row which is perhaps they've not agreed with, and we're starting to see that, as you say, a little bit of niggle perhaps you know, from them in that.
Next 10 minutes is absolutely key in this cup tie. Simpson, Abadaki, Solomon Davis making the run. As he put it in earlier, gets it back out to Abadaki, chance to get it in. Good tackle by Scones. Hughes comes back. Hughes hooks it away. Burke. This is almost like being 1-0 ahead. It's as important as being in the 80th minute now, Chris. You've got to get to that half time and not give another one away.
Yeah, absolutely. It's it's a killer time. If you do concede just before half time, it can just knock the wind out of your sails, and in Flint Mountain's case, sort of not undo the good work that they've done, but just send them into half time on a sort of a downward spiral as such. But Bala just seemed to have got a hold of the game back now from Flint Mountain, I think, who responded so well after that early goal, but they just seem to have got the impotence back now. So yeah, if they can get in at half time now 1-0, Aidan Shannon will be over the moon, I'm sure.
And not 3 leagues difference between them in 45 minutes as the first 45 have gone.
No, you wouldn't
Spirited.
say so. You wouldn't know there was that difference, would you?
Definitely not. Arson. Does he trouble Danby? No, it goes over the bar. Just lacked that little bit of quality. Then there was nobody around him. He would have wanted to pinpoint that time, Naeem.
Yeah, with Naeem's quality, he'll be disappointed with that there to put one on the roof of the net, as will as George Newell will be, I'm sure, as well. He's got space and time really to deliver here, so yeah, he'll be frustrated at that, I'm sure.
Cardiff met Colwyn Bay now. Chris, we're not asking you to do 100 things, we're asking you to do 200 things on your debut. Cardiff met versus Colwyn Bay this afternoon. Tough game?
Yeah, it will be a tough game, yeah. 2 well-organised teams. You'd fancy Cardiff met on league position, wouldn't you? But, it'd be a tricky result to call.
Great tackle from Simpson then. Because looking at the draw, it's all set up for the big 4 to be in there at present. TNS, Corners Key, Bala and Cardiff met. That'll be some semi-final, by the way. Luke Wall to take the corner. Nobody standing on Danby's toes, which is interesting. In it goes, and that's why Danby's allowed to come off the line and get the punch. You wanting somebody on Danby's toes there, Chris?
Yeah, I think potentially, as you said, you called it just before the ball came in, didn't you? And he did his job in the end and just got it cleared away. So you try and put someone on the goalkeeper to stop him coming out where you can.
Definitely. Bala just poaching their way towards a second goal before half time. Arson. Wall. Great ball in from Wall. Newell. Oh, great goal. If Wall set the first one up with quality, he sets the second up with absolute quality again. George Newell's on hand to put the ball in the back of the net, and Bala just before half time lead by 2-0. Bala 2, Flint Mountain 0.
Yeah, it's the same story as the first goal almost there, Jonah. To be fair, Luke Wall, quality ball in the box, and yeah, it's a great header from George, but it's the ball is what what creates a goal, isn't it, essentially? And again, it's Luke Wall, just the same as the first.
You'll take that all day, Chris, as a centre forward with a ball like that?
Yeah, definitely. To be fair, George gets across the centre half really well, makes a good run.
It's a great goal,
and it's a great header as well. Yeah, definitely.
I'll tell you what, Chris, we were in the changing room area before the start, and we were all doing our stats and everything, and one comment was, where is Luke Wall playing? And fair dues to Colin Caton. We all thought he'd be playing on the wing. He sort of played in the 10 role, and he's just flitted from side to side, created 2 goals, not being picked up. Technically, or tactically from that Caton's point of view, it's a smart move. Chance for 3. Goal kick will be given, no corner given.
Yeah, no, Jonah, as you rightly say, Luke Wall really left winger, but obviously can play in the number 10 role, and it's it's paid off today so far, absolutely.
Yeah, we just, like we said, choke. Tactics. He's had the ball twice, put it into goal-scoring areas. There was a Welshman called Ryan Giggs used to do that. In it goes. It's a great header away, well defended. Have to see this through now to stay in the game, definitely. Rowan Brooks defended well and came off Newell in the end. But spirited first half performance from Flint. Just that cutting edge of 2 quality crosses and 2 good finishes. Arson's was a good finish. Newell's most probably even better.
Yeah, I agree, Jonah. I think quite often we say there wasn't much between the two teams, and obviously between the levels we've just mentioned, it looks like, you know, they're fairly well matched almost, but those 2 bits of quality are the difference really in the levels, I think. And yeah, they'll be disappointed to be going in 2 down, but having looked at the goals, you know, that's the reason that obviously it's 2-0 is those 2 bits of quality.
So I'm sure his father would have been proud of that type of goal. Scored that type of goal, Mike Newell.
Yeah, absolutely.
The balls will just keep flying into that box all the time now. Even Aaron Edwards has got in there to try and get on the end of it. With a lot of games coming up as well, Chris, from Colin Caton's point of view, and the likes of yourself as an experienced player, if you can see this game off as early as possible, it's almost like, you know, you're taking the pressure off. What you didn't want today with a lot of games coming around at the same time now is a 90-minute battle where you're actually, you know, really going toe-to-toe for 90 minutes. If they can get a goal now in the next 10 minutes, they could maybe, as they say, take their foot off the gas.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, you've got the option then, once the game is secured, to rest players, save legs for the other important matches coming up, definitely. So that'll be their goal now, is to go and kill the game off as quickly as they can, so they can make changes and rest players.
Danby to take the goal kick. Nothing the experienced number 1 could do about either goal. Edwards with a header. Pettate as a manager, one of those cross-field throws. They always go wrong. You very rarely get anything out of them. Do I sound like an old man watching this game, do you know?
No, I do understand what you mean. There's risk involved in them, and as you go into the middle of the pitch, but yeah, they'll look to things look to go another long throw in here again now. Oh no.
Gets the free kick, yeah, definitely. Chance to get one back just before half-time. The big men will have to go up. Alan Simpson's going up. Shannon will love a goal now before half-time.
Yeah, this would be a great opportunity to put a good delivery into the box now. So if they can pull one back now before half-time, it would be a fantastic time to score.
The big men are up. Brooks is up. Hewitt's up. Hewitt didn't go up, in fact. It's hooked away. Poor quality that time. So vital, getting that ball and asking questions when you're getting free kicks like that. Yeah, no, you could almost sense Caton in the dugout at the moment, smelling blood. He wants that 3rd goal very, very soon. Absalom gets it wide. Smith. Great run and a great ball from Kieran Smith. That's quality. Oh, what a goal that would have been. That's football at any level. That was a quality move. Smith played it into Edwards. Edwards brought it down, teed up wall, and just goes over the bar by 6 or 7 inches.
Yeah, it's a great ball into Aaron, who's made a great run, to be fair. And as you say, just a fraction too high from Luke Wall there. Would have got that 3rd goal, but yeah, great quality, and that's what Kieran Smith gives you stepping in as a more midfielder playing centre half. Yeah. He's got that pass, which perhaps Nathan Peat may not have had, or other centre halves don't have as such, and it can open doors for you.
Abadaki goes to ground, free kick. Hassel gives the free kick away in centre midfield. Aidan Shannon now with 43-44 minutes on the clock will definitely want to see this free kick cleared now. A little bit unlucky, Chris, or after the 44 minutes we've seen just about worth their 2 lead.
Yeah, no, I think they are worth the 2-goal lead. as you say, the game's been relatively even in normal play, but those 2 bits of quality, Jonah, are the difference. So, you know, and in terms of, you know, Absalom making saves, he hasn't had too much to do on the flip side as well, has he? So I think Bala are good for the 2-0 lead.
I think you'll be a busy man at half-time, Chris. I think again interviewed by Shaun David, so for Red Button viewers, don't go away. 1 minute added time. In that 1 minute, Chris, Wales in the Euros game's coming up next month. Do you see us getting over the line against Finland in the first one?
Yeah, I don't see any reason why not. I think we can go and beat Finland. It'll be tricky. All international games are. I think it's all down to us really, and how well we can prepare and the players we've got available. But I certainly think we can get a result.
Yeah, with the players, there's a lot of that Welsh squad in fine form at the moment, especially that Welsh team up in Yorkshire.
Oh, yeah, quite right. Yeah, absolutely.
Wall out for a throw in. Superb stuff, Chris, for the first 45 minutes. I'm sure the referee will be blowing his whistle any minute now. And he does. Half-time score at Moise Tegid is Bala Town 2, Flint Mountain 0. We look forward to seeing you again in the second half. Goals from Naeem Arson and George Newell give the home team the lead. Look forward to seeing you again after half-time.
Os na sioc yn mynd i fod na'r cwestiwn mawr bod tro yma gêm gwpan yn enwedig pan ydych chi'n y glybiau mwyaf uwch gyngor Cymru yn erbyn y clwb llei ar ôl yn y gystadleuaeth 7 munud Gymrodd i ni gael o bosib yr ateb i hynny. Mae'n ddwy ddim ar yr egwyl i'r Bala, Arsan yn gynnar, Newell yn hwyr, dyna'r sefyllfa. Os ffordd yn ôl, na'r cwestiwn o ran mynydd y Flint o'r drydedd hain erbyn hyn. Siom yr edrych i camu lawr o'r pwynt sylwebu ata i fan hyn. O'n i syth amdani i weld y goliau yna a ildion gynnar. Mae'n hollol amlwg dweud hyn, ond na'r beth ola chi angen mewn sefyllfa fel hyn.
Ie, o'n i'n sôn yn y sylwebeth, ti'n mis ildion gynnar fel ti'n gweud o fewn 5 munud. Nhw'n mynd gol i ddim lawr. Defnyddio'r gwynt fan hyn ar y croesiad a'r Arsan jyst yn anwestydd i defnyddio y pŵer sydd ar y croesiad jyst i roi drod arni a mae'n neud i edrych yn hawdd, lot yn haws na beth oedd hi.
A dau o'r chreuwyr sydd bod mwy amlwg am hynny yn hanner cyntaf yna yn cyfuno. Mae Wall wedi bod yn amlwg dros ben, fe sy'n creu'r ail hefyd. Arsan, edrych am y bel yn gyson, maen nhw wedi bod yn fygythiad.
Ie, Wall, ti'n gallu gweld y safon sy'n gyda fe, mae chwaraewr trod chwyth, maen nhw wastad yn edrych yn well, chwaraewr trod chwyth, ddim yn siŵr pam, ond mae safon ar y croesiadau, maen nhw'n rhoi mewn, wedi o'r ciciau cornel, a fel ti'n gweud, yr ail gol, dyna y gwaniaeth.
Cyn gweld hwnna, mae yna gyfleoedd, wel, di-ribron gan Bala. Felly, tas nhw ddim wedi cael yr ail gol, felly bydden nhw'n siomedig o ran hynny?
Ie, Tony sôn, bydde Colin Caton yn siomedig, so nhw heb wedi mynd mewn o leia 2 gol i fyny. Felly, y cyfleoedd gewn ni fan hyn, fi'n creu Arsan sy'n cael hon, oedd hi bron yn rerun fel petai o'r gol gyntaf, ddim yn defnyddio i benne, ddim yn cadw i benne dros y bel, a dyna pan mae'n gwiro dros y traws. Ond ie, yn sicr ar rhan y cyfleoedd, yn wedi tuag at y diwedd, y Bala tipyn trech. Oedd Marks yn hoffi'r touch na, mae'n debyg ar ei gefen.
Bydde fe wedi honni bod i ar...
O, wrth gwrs.
Fi wedi gweld Lee Trundle yn ei pethau fel yna, cofio, a chi'n meddwl bod e'n mynd amdani. Felly, beth ar... Mae'n iddo Flint i wneud i ddod nôl mewn iddi. Gen i weld cwpl o'i cyfleoedd nhw yn y man nawr. Wrth i ni weld y Bala yn bygwth unwaith eto. Ond yn agos.
Ie, Wall eto. Fel ni'n gweud, mae'n rhaid bod yn rhoi croesiadau mewn. Ond oedd yn symudiad da. Kieran Smith yn camu o'r amddiffyn mewn i ganol ca. Eiron gyda'r rhediadau. Dyn ni wedi gweld gyda fe dros y blynyddoedd. So honna rydym mewn, byddai'n tipyn o gol.
Mae'n anodd o ran mynydd y Flint. Mae'n ambell i gyfle. Gen i weld rhain i nawr. Mae'n chwarae'n dda ar y degau. Ys dim llawer o fygythiad na.
Ie, a falle dyna'r gwaniaeth pyn sy'n mynd lan lefel hefyd y ffaith bod neb ar y postyn pella fel sydd wedi bod i'r Bala ddim yn geso ond yn gwybod lle i wneud y rhediadau a dyma'r sgil gan Rob Hughes, gwych lawr asgell chwyth a oedd Hayes na ar y postyn cyntaf fe welwn ni nawr be mae fe'n trial wneud sgil arbennig gan Rob Hughes, ni wedi gweld e'n heidyn ar y lefel ucha. Hayes yn trial y flic na fel ni wedi gweld, falle uwch gyda'r Lloegr nawr ac yn y man, ond ie, hwnna oedd y cyfle i mynydd y pint, y cyfle golau.
Ie, nes i sôn am Lee Trundle. A wedyn, ar hwnna gyd, mae'r ail gol, bron yn gorffen i efallai, hyfryd eto gan Wall. Pawb di mwynhau'r peniad mae gan Newell, fi'n credu. Ie. Wel, dim pawb yn amlwg.
Wel, Wall eto, mae wedi bod mor amlwg yn y hanner cyntaf. Safon y croesiad eto o Safon. Dim angen i Newell wneud lot heblaw, wneud yr hediad na sydd yn mynd ar draws yr amddiffynwr a mae'n sgorio gol sydd eto yn neud i edrych yn haws na beth yw i, achos y sgil yw gwybod lle mae'r hediad a gwybod lle mae'r croesiad yn mynd i fynd. A fel o'n i sôn yn y sylwebeth, dyn ni wedi gweld i dad yn sgorio tipyn o gol lefel ni. Digon o gol lefel na.
So ie, bydd cynogwr Everton yn mwynhau honna. Felly dyna ni ar y regl, mae'n ddwy i ddim. Gawn ni weld beth gan mynydd y Flint i'w gynnig yn yr ail hanner wrth i ni weld y dathliadau. Maen nhw'n heiddi dathlu honna. Ni'n mynd i glywed gan enw cyfarwydd iawn yn y gyngred nesaf yn sylwebu heddi ar y botwm coch yn Saesneg sydd wedi codi cwpan Cymru fan hyn. Ni sôn am Chris Venables, mae fe gyda Sioned.
Diolch so long, Chris. It's great to have you as part of the Scorio team today. And I've got to say, you're a right celebrity around here. I've seen you chatting to everyone as you're walking around. Good to be back on your old stomping ground.
Yeah, always get a good welcome back at Bala, and always nice to see the familiar faces and whatnot. So yeah, no, pleasure to be here.
We're going to see some of your goals for Bala Town because, my gosh, what a career. You must look back at your time here with the fondest memories.
Yeah, really fondly. A lot of happy times here. A lot of good experiences and some decent goals as well as some bad ones.
You've been commentating on the red button with Mark Jones. Is he looking after you with that?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, no, he is looking after me, keep me on my toes. But no, I've thoroughly enjoyed the first half, to be fair. It's been really good.
Look, I've got to ask you about your current club, Penybont, Chris. I'll start with the news that broke yesterday, if I may, the fact that the club have been deducted 6 points with immediate effect. I know it's a really tricky situation, but as players, how do you guys react to everything at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, it is difficult. It's difficult for me to comment, really, and probably say what I'd like to say. But as players, we just concentrate on what we do, which is playing football. It'll galvanise us, is my feeling on it, and we'll just stick to task and try and get as many points as we can. That's all we can do, really, control what we can control.
Your first season with Penybont, I've got to ask about the boss, Rhys Griffiths. Obviously, you played with him. What's he been like? What's it been like working under him, with him as the manager?
Yeah, it's been a challenge. It's been an enjoyable challenge, but obviously I know him well, don't I? And having played with him is obviously a slightly different dynamic to what I'm used to with my other managers. But no, we got on great, and so far I've loved every moment of being at Penybont.
Well, Chris, thank you so much for the chat. Good luck with the rest of the season with Penybont, and good luck for the second half with Mark Jones.
Thank you.
Dyna ni amser am egoel fach fan hyn, ond dewch nôl ato ni ar ôl yr egoel ar gyfer yr ail hanner rhwng y Bala a mynydd y Flint.
Croeso nôl ato ni i'r Bala, ail hanner i ddod, hefyd i ddod. Nos ni'n holl uchelbwyntiau ar penwythnos rhwng Rwythola Cwpan Cymru. Pwy fydd y 4 ola yw'r cwestiwn, felly ni gael y 4 ucha yn uwch gyngor Cymru yn y sefyllfa na. Mae'r seintiau drwodd y Bala hefyd yn gyfforddus, a dyna oedd yr ymderfynol tymor diwetha. Ac di sadwn nesaf wedyn ni, y 2 waelod yn cwrdd am gêm yn y De Pontypridd yn erbyn Bai Colwyn. Yn fyw gyda ni, ar-lein ac ar eich teledu clyfar. Yn os ffordd yn ôl. Mae'r gŵr ma'n gobeithio bod yn ffordd yn ôl i mynydd y Flint. Rheolwr y Bala, Colin Caton. Tipyn o gol gan Newell, yr ail un. A dyna'r fantes, dyna'r sefyllfa. Gen i weld, a sy'n nhw'n gallu newid rhywbeth. Nôl ni at ein tîmau sylwebu. Felly Chris Venables yn ôl gyda Mark Jones ar y botwm coch. A nôl ni at cyn ymwysodwr Cymru, Malcolm Allen a Nick Parry.
Welcome back to Maes Tegid. Bala leading by 2-0 against Flint Mountain. In the quarter-final of the JD Welsh Cup, there's Aidan Shannon. Wise words at half-time. If his team can compete and just get on the goal-scoring sheet, they could have something still to say in this game. Chris, half-time interview with Shauna David, everything okay?
Yep, all fine, Jenna, all fine.
Harrison knocks it forward into that 10 again. Newell, Solomon Davis wide, Abadaki out on the right wing. Take the full-back on, he gets his crossover in the end, and Simpson hooks it away for an early corner to Bala. Luke Waller go across to take the corner. Aaron Simpson, ex-Carnarvon.
Yeah, ex-Carnarvon. Good player.
Was a good player.
Yeah, very solid at the back and a real good competitor.
Wall stands it up this time. It's hook clear. I think it's could well be Rob Hughes down with the head injury. How important could that chance be? Well, flashed across the front. There's Rob just going down with a little shove in the back. The rain arrives again, Chris.
Yeah, it wasn't going to be long, was it, until it started raining again here.
Wow. Jack Sconce knocks it forward. It's hooked on. No substitutes at half-time. Either team as yet. Harrison again having words with the ref. That to excuse any damage which comes across the airways from the sidelines. TNS, Chris, if they were to win the Welsh Cup again, 3rd place for Europe again becomes available, so that it changes a lot, don't it, as managers watching, wanting TNS to get beat. There's a few will be wanting them to win the cup this year.
Yeah, and I think Colin Clayton could possibly be one of them. Obviously, with them being sat in 3rd position, he'll have one eye on winning the Welsh Cup. But also, probably wouldn't be devastated if TNS did, providing they can hold on to 3rd spot, isn't it, Johnny? So
yeah, and you can almost go to the final with a case of being in Europe, 3rd spot, and playing the final, and just playing for the case of winning it.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I had it here when I played for Bala previously, where you're watching another team compete in the final, and should they win the game, it was Connors Key at the time, then it puts you into Europe, through that route. So it's and interesting you say is that the top 4 sides in the league currently are still in the competition. So,
and it's going to be a tight race for that 3rd spot, And your the bottom 6, the conference 6, that's going to be some fight. Yeah, there's been some points deductions for clubs which we don't really want to bring up while you're on live, but Haverfordwest and yourself look like having a massive battle, I think, for that 7th spot. We'll just stick to that.
Yeah, potentially it is tight, much like the top 6. The bottom 6 is tight at both ends as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out.
Sconce. Next goal, absolutely vital, as every game of football, with a 2-0 scoreline. 1, and the underdog is back in the game. 3, and it'll be over.
Yeah, like you say, Joe, that 2-0 scoreline is always a difficult scoreline, isn't it? You know, if they get Flint Mountain can get a goal back now, then they'll be in the ascendancy. Subsequently, if Bala get a third, then obviously the game will change in their favour. But yeah, it's always a tricky scoreline at 2-0 ahead. Probably the reason there's been no changes from Colin Caton at half-time, I would imagine as well, just wanting to sort of secure the result before making any changes.
Absolutely. They were defeated in last year's final by a record scoreline, 6-0 since, well, a long time, 1931, I think. But they won the Nathaniel Cup. Chance for Newell. Can he get away? He's getting away to get the shot off. Will the flag come up? Doesn't come up. He elects to cross it. Abadaki puts it back in. Surprised not to see. It's gone out of play. I was surprised not to see Newell take that on. You're an ex-centre forward. Are you passing that?
It's tricky because he's running away from goal, and the angle was becoming tighter and tighter as he went through. I think the first touch there, as you see, just takes him away a little bit further than he'd like to.
It was a great ball, by the way.
Yeah, it was. It was a really good ball back across. He's got 2 great feet, George has, in fairness. But I was going to say it's on his weaker side, but yeah, I may have shot.
I think you would have shot, Chris.
I may not have got on the end of it, Jonah, though, at the same time.
Arson, again, plenty of wits about their play, Bala, which is nice to see. A great ball from Hughes, almost a great ball. Hayes, again. It's a lone striker's role still for Hayes, though. So he's just living on scraps. Burke does well. With Bala in midfield, always does well. Nathan Burke just cleans up.
Yeah, he does a lot of his good work goes unnoticed, Jonah, in fairness. There's a lot of thankless tasks that he carries out in midfield there, but he's really solid, and he's a far better footballer than he probably takes credit for a lot of the time, in fairness.
There's a head injury, I think, on the far side. Yeah, I think it's caught him on the back of the head, unfortunately. The cross came over and it's clipped him on the back of the head. Shannon looking on. Still in the game. Hewitt it is. It's that awkward one sometimes, Chris. You know, he's up there to head it away. He's lashed him in the back of the head. He's obviously knocked him off balance, and you can be a little bit dazed. So, protocol now, I think he has to pass the physio.
Yeah, that's right. It's one of those ones, he's trying his best to block the cross, but probably doesn't necessarily want to take one on the back of the head. But it's one of those, the ugly parts of football that you've just got to get on with, especially when you're defending. So, hopefully he'll be okay. Looks like he's fine and fine to come back on.
Kieran Smith will just play this back to Kelland Absalom. Absalom will take the touch. And again, clips a decent ball in. Aaron Edwards always a key recipient for that ball as well. As midfielders go, he has to be one of the best you played with in the air.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's a great all-rounder. He can do every aspect of the job. Tackling, heading. He's got good feet, fit lad. But in the air especially, he's an all-round great competitor.
If you could just see behind the goal, the family of the Roy Robs, the chap who we gave a minute's applause for at the start, looking out for in the second half. He said he used to stand be underneath the trees, and his family has stood underneath the trees there watching the game. Fantastic tribute. Fantastic tribute. Well done. White gets forward. Oh, good feet from Arson. Strong challenge again. Brooks likes a slide tackle. He's put a few of them in this afternoon. White to Wall. Arson. White dinks one into Danby. He should collect that. He does collect it. How long before... Yeah, you're the underdog, but are you going to make a change, and are you going to throw another forward on if you're still in this with about 25 minutes to go, Chris, and say, right, we've given a good performance of ourselves, let's have a gamble and try and get a goal?
Yeah, I think it's inevitable, Jonah, isn't it? They're going to have to make a decision on that and commit some more bodies forward at some point. As you say, at 2-0, it's the next goal is vital, but obviously Flint Mountain have got to do something to get back in the game now.
Hewitt. It's a long throw in. Edwards hooks it away. Great ball, superb ball from the back there from Hassel. Stance gets a shot off, just wide of the target. Free kick wanted, referee says get up. Aaron Edwards says no foul as well. It'll be interesting one to look back on.
Yeah, it looked initially like it was a foul, but the ref clearly thought not.
Smith again filling in well in that centre back role. Solomon Davis. Wall's got to stop the cross. Simpson's got to stop the cross. He's got to get there. Two goals set up from them crosses. Third one comes in now. Newell with a header. It's great sometimes, Chris, when you go in, even as a commentator, a half-time cup of tea, and as an Everton fan in the cafe having a cup of tea at half-time, and he said his son George heads his chest like his father. Brilliant, brilliant. It's onside. Again, Abadaki may look to take Simpson on here. Puts up the back post. Headed clear. Game's just getting stretched a bit now. Centre-back pairing really worked well since the injury to Nathan Pete, to be fair to him, Smith and Harrison, and they've combined well over a period of about 7 or 8 games now.
Yeah, I think it's possibly not a position Kieran would have been overly probably keen to fill to start with, but speaking to him before the game, he feels that they've done well and they've been very, very solid since. So
I'd have to agree with him. Colin Caton screaming out his orders there for more quality from the flanks.
Yeah, I think he's probably just reacting to the comments she just made, that the game just seems to be loosening up a little bit, and he's probably not quite comfortable with that at the moment until they get the third goal at least. He'll want to keep a tight grip on it from Bala perspective.
Edwards to take the corner. Far post this time. Chance. Great save. Danby tips around the post. Header down. Tip round. Wall on the edge. Does Danby come? Foul given against Kyle Harrison there for a push in the back, but it's a great save from Danby, keeping it at 2-0. It's going off Ross Knight right into the net. Great save.
Yeah, it is a great save. It's a great header as well. He's done really well to put it in the corner. But as you say, Danby, great save.
Sconce. Hughes on the edge. Bodies in the box as well. Chance here for Hayes. Free kick given against Hayes, I think, for a push in the back.
Yeah, Michael has known what he's doing there, just trying to get himself half a yard in the box, but I think he's, perhaps just a bit heavy-handed on the nudge there, which the ref has obviously seen.
40 goals he scored for Bala, by the way, which is a decent total. I think that he's a bit unfortunate there. I think the braveness of White's tackle made it a free kick. Really is lashing down now at Moise Teggett. Absalom hasn't had a lot to do. White. Danby. You played against that team for a few seasons, Chris. The team John Danby played in for Connors Quay. How do they rate in your career, in your illustrious career in the Cymru Premier?
Yeah, I mean, the Connah's Quay team that obviously went on to win the title. I'm not sure if John was still there when they did that, but yeah, they've got to be right up there, haven't they? They've managed to do what very, very few have done in terms of dethroning TNS, haven't they? And
2 years in a row as well.
Yeah, so they're right up there with, for me, the achievement of that is probably bigger than what the TNS's achievement is in the fact that they're not full-time. You know, it's they'll go down as one of the greats without question.
Free kick in a great area. Decent ball across the front, chance! Oh, it's a post! And it's flicked over the bar. What a massive chance to get back in the game that was for Flint Mountain. Tom Ruffer, I think, back heels it onto the post, the first one. It's a superb ball in from Hassel. The second chance,
wow.
How unlucky is that, by the way? Ruffer with a back flick, and he's just half a yard over the top.
Yeah, I think in both cases, I think Brooks does really well to get on the ball there, to hit the post, and then obviously you say Ruffer's just one step too far in advance. Really, if he's a step further back, he just puts it in easily. Big moment.
Yeah,
big moment.
I'll tell you, you look on the highlights in Scotty on Monday evening, and there has been 2 or 3 half chances. Whoa, what a ball across the front, chance! Oh, too much pace on it. Abadaki arrives and just goes beyond him, but again, wonderful cross from the left.
Yeah, that man Luke Wall again, with the ball into the box. It's difficult to see just on the replay. Yeah, just a fraction too far ahead of Abadaki to make contact, but again, that's the threat again for Bala, is coming from that man Luke Wall.
Why is it, Chris, that then left foot crosses sometimes look technically better than crazy?
Yeah, I think left-footed players sometimes do, don't they? Just a bit more stylish, would you say, than a right-footed player.
Which leads to the question then, Giggs or Beckham? You're picking your World 11.
Depends what. Well, Giggs for dribbling, Beckham for passing, I suppose. Yeah.
We nearly turned the mic straight. We nearly turned the mic off you then on your debut, son.
It wasn't really a straight answer, was it?
I think it was. Ryan Valentine. Wall. Again, looking to put it in with quality. I can remember him playing as a youngster for Bangor City, Luke Wall. It's headed away again. Edge of the box. That's what he's been waiting for all afternoon then, Hayes. If Hughes could have got him clear, he would have been one-on-one with the back with plenty of space in behind. That was a key interception then.
Yeah, you can see that's what they're looking for, can't you? It was the first thing on Rob Hughes' mind.
And he's there again, but he's by himself. Again, matter of time before they have to put somebody on alongside him. They could stay at 2-0. They're still in the game. Absalom. Edwards or Wall will be the target. I don't think at any time in the game will well, there's a strong battle there. Very strong battle. He's done really well, Hayes. Can he take it any further? He won a free kick. Doesn't get it. There's a few bites at the cherry there, and that would have been appealing for the free kick there, definitely.
Yeah, he's remonstrating with the referee now that, you know, he felt obviously it was a foul. He was instantly surrounded by 3 or 4 Bala players,
definitely.
wasn't he? And I think, you know, to manufacture himself something from that would have been really impressive. But you can see his frustration. He's obviously isolated on his own. So
Hewitt, decent ball in. Hayes there by himself again. Oh, Kieran Smith just takes one in the back off Hayes. Just getting a little bit niggly, Chris. 63 minutes on the clock. Bala 2, Flint Mountain 0. In the JD Welsh Cup quarter-finals.
just a nudge in the back there from Hayes. Clear foul.
You're giving ours a foul, Chris?
Yeah, I think so. You'd have to. I'd like to try and give the striker the benefit of the doubt wherever I can, obviously, but yeah, on that occasion again, yeah, it was a foul for me. That I don't think the Flint Mountain team and management thought so. Obviously, you could see that they're just frustrated. I think more than anything with a few decisions, but yeah, it was a foul.
Danby will have to clear his lines with his left foot. He does get it clear. Edwards heads it away. As we said, the quality of the first 2 goals in the game just haven't been present in the last 20 minutes since half-time. And that's why Kyton just might be starting to get a little bit frustrated.
Yeah, I think it's following almost a similar path to the first half. I know they haven't gone out and scored early, Bala, but Flint Mountain are having a spell in the game just like they did when they reacted to the first goal. And from their perspective, obviously now tired legs and up against probably better prepared lads and fitter lads might play out now as the half goes on. Generally, just that Bala will become more and more of a threat as time goes on. So I think it'll be important for Flint to try and get something while they're on top, or certainly in the half.
This is Bala's 8th quarter-final in 12 years, which is a tremendous record. We know that you won it in 2017, and we know that you got to the final last year, but 8 quarter-finals, even in it's a good record.
Yeah, no, definitely it is. I know that they take obviously all the cup competitions, really seriously, and it's no mean feat. 8 quarter-finals, as you say.
Danby. They look to be pressing a lot more forward down the left-hand side now. First header is so vital. Great header again from Edwards. Hooked back in by Aaron Simpson. When you're on a cup run like Flint Mountain have been on, a record-breaking cup run for their club, you still believe you can do it. Scones. Hayes out wide now. He bodies in the box unless he gets a corner. It's a decent cross in the end. Chance here. Headed down. Heads it to the back of Ross White.
Yeah, it's unlucky that from Rob Hughes, to be fair. I think.
Well, a Rob Hughes header would have been a collection.
Yeah, it would have been. I think they would probably have preferred to have Rob Hughes out wide crossing in for Mike Hayes rather than the other way around, in fairness. But he was unlucky there. Just hits the back of Ross White.
Smith. Solomon Davis has slotted in well at right back this afternoon, as is Ross White. White, Arson. TNS, Chris, just again making the Scottish Challenge Cup final. Obviously has to be good for our league, for our, the progress and of our league.
Yeah, I think it's very positive, isn't it? It's got more positive attention for the Welsh Premier League, and that's what we want, isn't it, at the end of the day? But no, credit to them.
Yeah, I'd love to see them win it now.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree with that. I don't say that very often, but yeah, I do agree with that.
Absalom. Headed clear. As the minutes tick away, the game is suiting Bala more and more. Flint Mountain just trying to get their way back in. Caton's experienced enough to know that if his team, they don't have to produce magic from this moment on, Chris. 23 minutes left in the game. If they just see it through as 2-0, 2-0 is as good as 6-0 in a cup quarter final.
Yeah, absolutely. The message at half-time will have been clean sheet second half. And with that done, then they're through, isn't it? So, they'll just be concentrating rather than on going out to get a third, probably just on making sure they stay defensively tight.
no easy games in the Cymru Premier, as we know. It's Newtown away next for Bala, followed by Connors Key at home. If you're in that top 10 and you're level or by the third place in the league, if you can win 6 games out of 10, you're making Europe, I think. 6 out of 10 enough, Chris?
Yeah, I think you'd probably look at your fixtures you've got and work out and calculate exactly what points you probably need to get there, don't you?
Well, you're almost, no disrespect, you're almost 2 of them are bonus points against TNS. Would you agree?
Yeah, I do agree with that.
If you're getting anything off TNS, so. But if you've got 8 left, you win 6 out of them 8, mate, then you better get your suitcases packed. You're on your way.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you know, 6 wins, 18 points. I think realistically, you may do it with 15, 16, to be honest, as well. So.
For the decisions he's made today, the referee, Mr. Wright, he's had to put up with some long conversations with players. I've seen many a ref flash a yellow for them sort of answers.
Yeah, I think he's handled the game well so far.
He's done well.
We've not really spoken about him, which is a good sign, isn't it?
It is a good sign.
Having said that,
wow. Thank you very much, Rob Hughes, for spoiling my commentary. Chris Venables just says you've done a smashing game. Rob has just said something to the referee. Surely not. It's a red card. Your team are in the game. You're only 2-0 behind. There's 20 minutes left. You've fought 6 games to get here. You don't want to be getting red cards with 20 minutes to go and letting your team down. Down to 10 men. Most probably the end of their cup run.
Yeah, he's left his team in a difficult position now, hasn't he? It's a second book, and I didn't see the first one personally. I'm not sure what it was for, but I know that was for descent. But obviously, it's a massive uphill climb now for Flint Mountain with 10 men.
And we did say that he put up with a lot, the referee. So be interesting. I don't know whether we do get to hear what was said later on, but very, very disappointing to end that way.
Yeah, no, it is, and like I said, it's you know, watching back on the highlights there, it's his team will be frustrated with that if it is just two bookings for descent. But
did well not to take the foot of the player. Then he's chipped it to the back post, headed away. They'll be up against it now, down to 10 men, and Bala will be looking to finish this game in the next few minutes, I should imagine. Abadaki sconce again. Has put up a good battle against Abadaki. Whips it across the front. Edge of the box, Edwards. Heads it back in. Arson with the overhead. Danby collects.
yeah, it's a good effort there from Naeem, to be fair.
It just goes to show, Chris, how tough this could. Oh, he's in here. Mike Hayes. Sconces up in the box with him. Drags it back well. Gets a cross into the far post. Headed back across. Chance for Hayes. Balloons it back across. And a chance again. Wow, everything happened by the ball at the back of the net then. Flint Mountain down to 10 men. Hayes looks to the skies. Kelland Absalom goes down with, looks like an eye injury there, but they did everything but put the ball in the back of the net then.
Yeah, just when you say obviously they're down to 10 men, it's a massive uphill battle, and then, you know, if that goes in there, Jonah, we've got, again, it's game on again, you know, so it's never say never really, but I'm not sure what's happened to Absalom. He's obviously back on now.
Maybe an extra light blue shirt might have made the difference then. Bobbling around the box again, edge of the box, volley, just goes out of play. Substitution. Andy Brown comes on for Lloyd Elams. Elams, good performance. Brown. You have to feel a little bit for the manager of Flint Mountain. if you're a manager, Chris, I know sometimes you don't like talking on a television. I'm not putting you under pressure, but I'm going to give you my own managerial views of a sending off like that. I want that player now. I don't want him in the changing rooms at the end. You're better off getting dressed and making your way, and I'll have a word with you in midweek.
Yeah, I mean, I think he'll probably, whether or not Rob Hughes will want to or not, but in terms of apologising to his teammates, because in essence he's sort of landed them in the position that they're now in. But I mean, more his reaction to getting sent off as he walked around. He didn't look like he was overly upset with himself for having made that mistake. So yeah, it's a tricky balance when you get sent off. Obviously, I was in the position last week myself, and it's, you know, you do want to naturally apologise for doing wrong if you have.
Yeah. But he's such a good player that the waste of him in the last 20 minutes could eventually look Bala are strong favourites to win anyway at this point. But that has definitely made a difference to the game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as we highlighted Rob before the game as being one who could make a difference and can do things on the spot which changes the game. And obviously he's now out of the game, isn't he? So.
As that last part of play then, one man more may have gone in the box with a deflection or something. Use the incident. I don't know what's something has obviously been said, and it's been said a little bit over the top. The red is just brandished straight away, and the people around him are not. You know, nobody's running at the referee saying why.
No.
Absalom. Solomon Davis. Again, Sconce, who's been the best player in light blue for me. He's moved into the midfield role now, and he's just run everywhere. Wall. Again, great feet from Luke Wall. Back post ball. Oh, again. Well, if you're looking for hat-tricks, that is one of the best hat-trick of assists I've seen in a long time in a Scorio live game. The first goal to Arson, the second goal to Newell, and again, the third piece of quality was magic. What a ball in from Wall. The finishes from Newell, and it's Bala 3, Flint Mountain 0.
Yeah, you'll do well to see 3 better balls into the box than what Luke Wall's put in there today. To be fair, this is a great ball. It leaves George with with an easy task, really. To be fair, he's done well to get in front of his man again, and a good contact. You've got to hit the target, but again, it's about the ball. To be fair, it's superb. Yeah, great volley. Easy work for George.
Yeah, he's still there to put in the back of the net, though, as you'll agree. But again, picks his head up, puts it on an absolute spot for Newell to put it in the back of the net. 3-0. Smith. Bala now looking for bonus goals. Flint Mountain will just have to dig deep. Another great ball. He'll be looking for his hat-trick now. His first touch is not there. The flag goes up. Seen you do this many a times now, Chris, and this will be a good one to hear from you. If you're George Newell now, 13 minutes ago, 10 men, you're centre forward, how desperate are you for that hat-trick?
I think you're desperate for a hat-trick when you've got 2 goals at any point in time, Jonah, to be fair. But no, he will be. He will absolutely be after that now. I think he'll just be crossing his fingers that Colin doesn't take him off and give him some rest.
I don't think he'll take him off now. Hope he doesn't. Great ball in here. Oh, great hands from Danby. Arson again. What I will say about Bala this afternoon is when it has gone wide, they've just put the ball in the box. Basic, and it's been really well done. Smith now, he's just parading as if he is a centre midfielder. He's enjoying himself. Abadaki. There's pros and cons of this. There he is, the man in view. Edwards. Cardiff Met take a 1-0 lead against Colwyn Bay. Wall. I think Luke Wall's got his assist head on this afternoon. Declined the shot again then.
Yeah, I would have fancied him to perhaps pull the trigger there, but again, like you say, maybe he's focusing on the assist.
The Met, I know the Met had got a strong squad out there this afternoon. Colvin Bay, maybe, you know, is that their main priority? Edwards goes to ground. Referee gives the free kick. Bala just seemed to raise the tempo in the last few minutes. Smith, great ball in from Smith. Wall stands over it this time. Sam Jones gets the goal for Cardiff Met. Hasn't really been amongst the goals this season, but that could be a really important one, and the big four could be the semi-final. Bala, Connors, Key, Cardiff Met and TNS. Just all get under the table when they pull TNS out. Yellow card there to the substitute. Andy Brown collecting the yellow. Bit unlucky there, Chris. Just stretching.
Yeah, I think he was a bit unlucky. He was obviously looking to sort of make an impact, having come on.
As you would do.
As naturally, of course, you would do, yeah. I think in this day and age, though, it probably is a yellow. As much as I don't like to say that.
Yeah. Arson stands over it. Oh, Edwards, can he get on the score sheet? Burke, that spare man is making a difference now. Simpson hooks it clear. Nathan Burke tidying up everything as he has all afternoon in centre midfield. Yeah, they're starting to parade in a bit of style now, Bala. Back post Arson. I think it was inevitable. Caton was going to make a couple of substitutions. Keelan Williams is coming on. Nico Williams, his younger brother. Well, if he gets half the career that Nico's got, he'll do well for himself. Great to see him coming on. Wow, when he run them straight away, he looks exactly like him. Ryan Rogers comes on for Naeem Arson. 2 substitutions. Great time to come on, especially youngsters. Go and express yourself in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, no pressure on the substitutes now, as we see Bala are taking control of the game. So a great opportunity for them both.
And with 10 minutes remaining, it just looks a straightforward day's work for Colin Caton's team.
Yeah, I think as the game goes on, it was always going to become a, that the fitness might come into it, and especially now, obviously with the 10 men as well, it's going to be, probably even more so. So we'd expect Bala to see out the game strongly now.
Rogers. Again, plenty of wits about Bala's play today, which is good to see. Hayes. I've loved his performance today, by the way, Mike Hayes. He's come back to Moist Tiger this afternoon. And he may not have had many chances, Chris, but wow, he's put a great shift in, hasn't he?
Yeah, you can tell he's, it's clearly a place he wants to come and do well, can't you? Because he's put a right shift in, to be fair. And there's been no lack of effort there at all. It's just been the fact that he's been isolated for large periods of the game, and he hasn't had a lot to go on, really, has he?
Your Premier football, Chris, your English Premier football, your favourite team?
In the English Premier League?
Yeah.
Spurs.
Oh, he's doing okay then.
Yeah, Spurs fan.
Doing okay. Liverpool are currently 4-1 up, by the way, by the look of it, against Brentford. So there'll be a real challenge for that title this season. Williams. Back to White. White inside to Burke. Iron Edwards, by the way, is running around like a 17-year-old in our centre midfield now. Burke spreads a play. Good first touch by Solomon Davis. Rogers. Out of play. Rowan Brook lets it run out of play. Yeah, not unlike his brother, by the way.
No, very similar, as you see, or as you said, as he ran on, it was almost like watching his brother run on, wasn't it?
Yeah, he puts in some great performances. If his league career was based on his international performances, he put some great performances in for Wales. Chris, don't he? Covers every blade of grass.
Yeah, absolutely, and you can see the passion in his play as well, which is something as Welshmen we want to see as well, don't we?
Kellen Absalon will be trying to make another clean sheet. It's onside, I think. Rogers. Arson's in the middle. If he delivers early, will he take it himself, Arson? No, he took the extra touch. Arson was crying out for that cross then. If it comes across first time, it's 4-0. It's not Arson.
Williams.
Yeah, Williams.
Yeah, just that final
extra
pass.
Touch.
Just that final pass was just a bit heavy, wasn't it?
Two substitutes. Rogers across to Williams. It's just a matter of seeing it through now. You could tell the bench is a little bit flat on the far side for Flint Mountain, but they could still come away with credit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they've competed really well, haven't they, for large periods of the game. It's just been those moments of quality, really, which have separated or made the tie what it is. I guess that they perhaps would have liked to have got a goal, maybe away at Bala, just to finish a cup run off. Maybe just not to whimper out as such. Not that they haven't, given that. They're all.
Wall. Keen. It's a great ball in. Wall on the edge. Burke, extra man on the left-hand side. It falls to him. Edwards whips it across the front. Simpson hooks it away. Williams to Burke. It's turned into one of them afternoons, Chris, where they can enjoy it. Solomon Davis will go through to Danby. Go behind for a corner, by the way. Deflection on the way through.
Yeah, John, it is one of those times you don't get over the course of the season too many opportunities to sort of relax in games, but obviously they're enjoying this last 15 minutes now.
Joe Malkin will be coming on as well as Thomas Hughes. It is Newell. Newell comes off without the hat-trick, but his brace is a magnificent brace. Aided well by Luke Wall, and he'll take that. 2 on the day, he'll go home happy.
Yeah, 2 great goal scorers finishes those.
Joe Malkin. Wall goes off. Yeah, he's taken his 2 stars of the afternoon off. Caton, and brilliant performance from Luke Wall. And young Thomas Hughes comes on. Great to see the youngster get a goal now, by the way.
Definitely.
Punched away by Danby again. I think the draw will be, is it usually a Monday evening, Chris? Monday, Tuesday evening, the draw will be so interesting, this draw now.
Yeah, it normally is, isn't it? As you previously said, it'll be almost the 4 that are left in, it'll be the 3 of them probably wanting to avoid TNS, you'd imagine. Having said that, if you want to win the Welsh Cup, then you're probably going to have to beat them at some point.
Yeah,
so
get out and win it. It's happened before. Well, I've got to say, Chris, you've been well welcomed back here today by the Bala fans. All the gorgeous score from everybody going past saying, how are you, how are you? Just a few of them mentioned your episode last week, though we won't say much about that.
I pretended not to hear that when it was mentioned, to be honest, yeah. But no, I always get a warm welcome back. Yeah, great memories.
Edwards. Rogers just didn't get his first touch right then.
He just misjudged the flight, I think, didn't he?
So Malcolm, as you know, if you've been watching over the years, Chris, as you have a few times, Malcolm Allen obviously picks the... but I think we'll give you a little chance as a red button guest to just see if you can get the same one as Malcolm. Who's your man of the match?
There's only one choice really today, I think, which would be Luke Wall. He's been the difference really. To be fair, I know Bala obviously have dominated the latter stages of the game, but his, the assists from Luke Wall were the thing that changed the game, weren't they?
There is only one for me as well, but don't be surprised if it's not Luke Wall. It could go elsewhere. Williams, as you say, wow, what a look-alike for his brother, his elder brother. And your next game, Chris? Your club's next game?
Club's next game. We are Aberystwyth next week.
Big game. Is that Friday evening?
Yeah, it is a Friday evening. Yeah, Friday evening at home. So
this is where 4 added minutes. Fourth official says 4 added minutes. Mike Hayes just looks like he's straight offside. Yeah, there's days when you can make heroes of yourself like Flint Mountain, but there's days when you can gain respect as well. I think Aidan Shannon's team. There's Malcolm Allen's man of the match. Is that the centre forwards union?
Yeah, I think it probably is.
Yeah. Rogers.
In fairness, he scored 2 great goals there, hasn't he, as well? But
he has scored 2 great goals.
He's probably a close second in my book, I would say, but yeah.
Great ball from what I would say was Flint Mountain's man of the match. Young Jack Sconce, he's put in a great performance.
Yeah, I was going to mention that and say that I've been very impressed with him. To be fair, Sconce has been superb and the pick of the bunch from Flint Mountain.
Yeah, could be a couple of Cymru Premier teams looking at him, I think.
Yeah, quite possibly, Jenny.
Simpson. Consolation goal maybe, in it goes. Flick header by Andy Brown, just runs out of play. 4 added minutes. Obviously, league games this afternoon. Good luck to all the Welsh teams this afternoon. Cardiff, Swansea, Wrexham and Newport. Let's hope we could have one of them afternoons where you see 4 Welsh wins. So, with us not knowing, and it's no good saying we didn't know what was said because we don't, Chris, because we're 60 yards away. But apart from what has happened, the referee's had a smart game.
Yeah, I think he's like I said, when they go unnoticed, it's normally for the right reasons, isn't it? But I don't think he's got an awful lot wrong. I think Flint Mountain may feel that Bala have had the lion's share of probably the 50-50 decisions just by their reactions more than anything. But I don't think he's ref badly at all today.
There's Colin Caton with a massive smile on his face. He's made the semis again. Ryan Valentine alongside. You can enjoy your Saturday evening now. Incredible as managers, Chris. Again, I put you in as an experienced player as well. How football can make or break your weekend, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's Colin Caton's favourite saying that. It used to be preached to us quite a lot that, it can... you win on the weekend and it makes your weekend. If you lose, then it ruins the whole thing, which is very, very true, as we all know.
Williams, chance to get the cross in, takes another touch to the edge of the box. Burke, is he going to get involved? Burke, just over the top. 30 seconds left. Bala comprehensive victory. Goal by Naeem Martin, 2 goals by George Newell, 3 wonderful assists from Luke Wall. Wrap things up at Maes Tegid. Bala 3, Flint Mountain 0. Hope you've enjoyed yourself, Chris, this afternoon.
Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it, Jenna. Thank you very much for the invite, obviously.
Excellent input, mate. Well done. Final whistle at Maes Tegid. Bala, 3 goals. They will go into the semi-final draw with Cardiff Met or Colwyn Bay, with Connors Key, Nomads or Buckley and TNS. Thanks for watching. Watch out for the highlights, Scorio, on Monday evening. We leave you Bala 3, Flint Mountain 0.
Nick, diolch yn fawr iawn. Dyna ni felly 3-0 y sgôr terfynol. Plan bach cyfforddus yn y bôn i'r Bala. A fel hyn mae yn y gemau eraill, 2 gem di gorffen. Y seintiau newydd a'r Bala drwodd. A dyna oedd y rownd derfynol llynedd. 6 i ddim y seintiau ar adeg hynny. Llynedd. A wedyn ni, Ceicona ar y blaen. Met Caerdydd ar y blaen. Ceicona ym Mwcle. Maen nhw'n ôl ar eu cae arferol. Y Glob. Ond ddim yn help ar hyn o bryd. A Met ar y blaen yn gynnar yn erbyn bai Colwyn Sam Jones sydd wedi cael y gol yn fyna. Dewch yn ei glywed gan y rhai sydd wedi sgorio fan hyn i'r Bala. Drafod ni y Sioned Dafydd.
Well, Naeem, George, huge congratulations. You're through to the semi-finals. Naeem, I'll come to you first. It was pretty comfortable out there for you guys this afternoon, do you reckon?
Yeah, I wouldn't say too comfortable, to be honest. To be fair, give them credit. I thought they had a good side. Considering you look at the league that they're playing in, they're probably punching way above that, which obviously look at their individual lads. They've got good lads and lads that have played in this league as well, so happy with the win overall.
How important was it to get that first goal relatively early on in this game?
Yeah, well, that was what we spoke about before the game. Just if we can get that first goal, maybe it takes that little bit of momentum out of them and a bit of sucker punch out of them. They've got to then go and score 2, which is obviously difficult coming here. So it was nice to start off early, yeah.
George, 2 goals for you, 12 goals in all competitions now this season. Always good to get on the score sheet.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't have many chances in the first half, but you could see we were threatening. Wally was putting some good balls in, and then managed to get my head on the first one, and then the second one, he's put another good ball in, and it just did my job and got on the end of it.
Yeah, I've got to ask you about Luke Wall. 3 assists, perfect assists for him. You know, how great is it to have him as a part of this team?
Yeah, well, he's had a bit of a tough year because he's not been in that much, but he's shown what he can do today. So hopefully he can hit the ground running now and kick on.
Guys, you're through to the semi-finals. Of course, you had the disappointment of last year's Welsh Cup final. Are you determined to put that right this time around and go as far as you possibly can?
Well, yeah, that's the aim. Obviously, we know the reward at the end of it as well, so hopefully this year we can just go that one better.
Well, guys, we're all getting soaked out here, so I'll let you go in. But George, you are the player of the match, so I can give that to you. Congratulations.
Cheers.
Thanks, guys.
Diolch, Sioned.
Sioned yn meddwl yn gwallt i hwnna.
Dwi'n mynd fan hyn. Wara teg i Sioned yn fod mor onest fod yna. Dewch i ni weld y drydedd gol. Fel oedd hi'n sôn, ni'n canmol George Newell, Wall hefyd, Luke Wall wedi cael pnawn i'w gofio. Just anorfod braidd erbyn y pwynt yma. Sean, ydych chi'n teimlo mewn mater o amser i fi? Neu o ddinas bod nhw'n cael y drydedd?
Ie, i fi, Wall oedd y ser yn y gêm, i fi, Cei Newell yn cael ei gyda'r 2 gol, ond mae wedi creu tair, a oedd hon ar blat i Newell, jyst yn gwybod yn union lle yn union mae fe sy'n rhoi di. Mae'n gol o safon, mae'n croesiad o safon, a Newell yn neud yn Newell.
A ti'n gyfforddus o flaen gol? Sut beth yw e fel ymwysodwr?
Beth yn gyfforddus o flaen gol?
Sgoliodd e digon o goliau yn y gyngrair yma, chwarae teg. Sut beth yw e fel chwaraewr gwybod bod rhywun fel Wall yn mynd i groesi roi'r bel ar blat i chi?
Fel ymwysodwr, os ti'n gwybod bod rhywun yn mynd i rhoi y bel mewn, rhoi di mewn i'n gynnar hefyd, so ti'n gwybod bod y rhediad, os ti'n neud y rhediad, mae fe'n mynd i ffindo ti, mae'n mynd i siwc am ei ddwaniaeth. Ie,
lle credu. Ni yn mynd ôl y Sioned. Sorry, Sioned. Dal allan yn y glaw gyda rheolwr mynydd y Flint.
Aidan, a tough afternoon against a top opposition. What are your initial thoughts after that one?
Yeah, as you said, they're a very good side. They're very good at what they do. They're effective. They're a big, strong side, and you've got to give Colin credit for that. But I'm obviously bitterly disappointed, but super proud on the other hand, because the lads have given us everything, and I think if one of those chances had gone in, I think it could have been a little bit of a different game, and the red cards, it kills the game, doesn't it? Then it's over. But, I'm super proud of the lads. It's great to be a part of it today. The Welsh Cup still, and Bala have made us feel welcome. It's a great club, so I wish them all the best.
Yeah, there's quite a lot to dissect. Is it fair to say that second Bala goal towards the end of the first half as well, that was quite a sucker punch for you guys?
Yeah, it's a sucker punch. I think we, if you look at the first opportunity that we've got, we probably should have gone 1-0. It's inches. It's that fine line of being clinical in the final third, and obviously Bala was today. They were clinical in the final third, and that's what wins your games. Goals wins your games, and the second goal did take us out a little bit just before the half, but we've regrouped and changed the personnel around a little bit and got some legs in the middle, the sort of thing, and tried to play them at their game a little bit and go a little bit more direct and ask them questions. And as you can see, we should have scored and got the game. We've hit the post and we've missed from a yard out, but that happens. And as I said, I won't let this define us, because we've still got a lot to play for. We've got 2 semi-finals and we're doing well in the league, and and I won't let this define us. We've got hopefully a good end to the season now, and I'm proud of the boys. Yeah,
that was my next question, Aidan. Despite the disappointment of today, looking ahead, you've got a really exciting couple of months ahead of you.
Yeah, massive, and as I said, I won't let this define us. The lads, they won't either. I'll pick them up and they'll pick themselves up. We'll work we'll regroup, we'll get back into training, and we'll go again. But as I said, we've got a league to go on and get promoted, and 2 cup semi-finals. So yeah, we've got a lot to look forward to, and obviously the lads will be bitterly disappointed now, but I'll pick them up and we go again and stick together.
I didn't appreciate your time, dear.
Cheers. Thank you.
Ie, diolch yn iawn i Aidan Shannon gyda Sioned fan yna. Ie, diddorol, mae gymaint mwy dyn nhw'n chwarae am, fel o'n i'n gweud, dyn nhw ddim cymryd gormod o ergyd y ffaith bod nhw wedi colli fan hyn pnawn yma. Gem eraill, mlaen, goliad i fe mewn yn y 2 gem arall yn y rownd gyn-derfynol. Mae'n 2 ddim i Geic honna nawr, oddi cartre y Mwcle. Mae'n 1-1 rhwng Met Caerdydd a Bai Colwyn. Diddorol, ni wedi bod yn sôn am y 4 ucha, falle bod y Bai Colwyn rhywbeth bach i ddweud am pwy bydd y 4 ola. Mae'r Bala yn y 4 ola, a mynydd y Flint allan o'r gystadleuaeth. Ddim wedi cymryd i cyfleoedd hefyd. Cyfleoedd yn bryn mewn gêm fel hyn, ta beth, Sean, ond gysyn nhw cwpl, ambell un le chi'n meddwl, dylen nhw wedi sgorio falle?
Ie, o'n i'n meddwl bod Aidan Shannon yn siarad yn arbennig o dda. Rai cofio, mae'n newydd mynd lawr i 10-1 fan hyn. Hwn oedd y cyfle i ddod ein ôl i 2-1. Mae'n bwrw'r postyn. Mae'n gwneud popeth mae'n gallter. Mae'n roed i'r hediad. Just yn anlwcus. Fi'n credu, ti'n cael rhai diwrnodau fel chwaraewr, fel rheolwr, lle dwi ddim cweit yn mynd iddo ti.
Just tu ôl hefyd, yn gyfyd.
Ie, a twyd, hon wedyn, o pawb meddwl bod hwnna'n hedfan mewn i'r maes parcio. Mae'n dod nôl mewn i'r chwarae. A scramble arall, a'r diwrnod arall, maen nhw sgorio'r gôl na, mae'n gêm wahanol. Fel oedd Aidan yn gweud, gesyn nhw cyfle ar dechrau'r gêm gyda Rob Hughes a sgil arbennig yna. So, anlwcus, fi'n credu bod nhw wedi waren arbennig o dda. Yn anffodus i colli y 2 gôl iddyn.
Ie, yn amlwg maen nhw'n siomedig, ond eto, pan fydden nhw'n deffro bore fori neu yn yr wythnos ysbrydoli, Dwi'n ergyd enfawr colli nefyn tîm fel y Bala mewn sefyllfa fel hyn. Maen nhw'r drydedd haid. Mae'n werth atgoffa pawb o hynny. Y clwb isa ar ôl yn y cwpan. Maen nhw wedi cystadlu. Allen nhw gymryd tipyn o'r gêm yma.
Wrth gwrs, ti'n edrych ar y garfan. Ti'n edrych ar y 11 nath dechrau heddi i mynydd y Flint. A ti'n meddwl, mae tîm dad yn fan hyn. A fi'n synnu os na newn nhw herio Bangor. Dwi'n meddwl sy'n ar frig y tabl ar hyn o bryd. Yn wrth gwrs gemau wrth law gan mynydd y Flint. Felly, fydden nhw'n edrych nôl ar y gêm a fel, allen ni wedi gwneud bach yn well, ond am y chlysur oedden nhw fel clwb a fel chwaraewyr.
Yn union, tipyn mwy i ddod gan nhw. A'r Bala hefyd, dewch chi ni glywed gan ei reolwr llwyddiannus nhw, Colin Caton gyda Sioned.
Colin, congratulations, you're through to the semi-finals. What did you make of your team's performance today?
Wasn't the best. Credit to them, they were physical. I thought an official on the day could have dealt with a lot of the challenges better. They got a little bit dangerous at times, but obviously the lads have come through it. I don't think we played the best that we can play, but it's not so much about the result today, it's about getting into the semi-final, which is good for everybody involved with the club.
3 goals, 3 assists for Luke Wall as well. How pleased are you with the attack today?
Yeah, we haven't been creating a lot, and there's not a lot of lads who've shown a lot of creativity this season, but Luke's come in and done really well. We tried him in a different position today, and he's provided good balls in. I think he created all of them, so It was good balls in, and obviously it gives you a great chance of scoring. George just took a couple of good chances, as has Naeem as well.
Looking ahead, Colin, through to the semi-finals, another great opportunity to test yourselves, another great opportunity for some silverware for Bala Town.
Yeah, definitely. We got to the final last season and obviously won the League Cup last season, but it's going to be really tough. Obviously, everybody wants to miss TNS in the semi-final to try and get to the final, but it's good. It gives us another weekend of football instead of sitting about and training. So it's good for the lads, and you know, every one of them's done really well today. They're a really good team in a division that they shouldn't be in, and they're only going to keep coming up the league. So, like I said before the game, there's a lot of Welsh Premier players there, and they made it difficult for us. But the lads stood out and they're strong, and another clean sheet, which we look for.
Colin, diolch yn fawr.
Thanks very much.
Diolch, Colin.
Colin Cater, ddigon bodlon, mae fe yn y 4 ola, mwy o bêl-droed i ddod. Gewch chi weld y cyfan sydd wedi digwydd penwythnos yma. Nos Lun ar S4C. Byddwn ni'n gwybod yn union pwy sy'n y 4 ola erbyn hynny. A wedyn, ni'n mynd ôl i'r gyngrair dydd Sadwrn nesa. Y ddau ar y gwaelod, fel mae pethau yn sefyll. Ar un o bryd, Pontypridd yn cwrdd â Bai Colwyn. Honna yn gêm gynnar hefyd, yn fyw ar-lein ac ar eich teledu clyfar. Felly, ni bron yno, ni'n gwybod pwy yw'r 2 o'r 4 ola. Mae yn ddiddorol, chod, os rhywun yn mynd i stopio'r seintiau, neu jyst yn y gystadleuaeth yma, ond yn gyffredinol?
Wel, fi wedi i'r dechrau'r rhaglen, mae pawb yn mynd i trial esgoi, a Colin yn rhin far yn hefyd, fel chi ddweud hynny. Pawb sy'n esgoi y seintiau newydd, wrth gwrs, achos, fel o'n i'n gweud, mae nhw ar lefel gwahanol ar hyn o bryd, o ran Clwb Uwch Cymru. Proffesiynoldeb nhw hefyd oddi ar y can wych.
Dyna ni, gawn ni weld. Wel, digon amser i ddod, mwy o bêl-drod i ddod. Diolch am eich cwmni, mwy o rygbi byw yn hwyrach ar S4C hefyd, ond diolch am eich cwmni. Hwyl fawr.